All right, real quick, one thing first before we get going with actual school stuff. So I'm shooting this video in front of my green screen, but I have a shirt that has green lettering. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this lettering once the editing process is done, but I guess I'll have to wait and see. Now let's get to school things. Here's something I need to tell you. The end of the quarter is Friday the 13th. That's 1 week away. I'll be calculating your first quarter grade based on what I receive on or before Friday the 13th at 2 o'clock. Once again, and much closer to the camera, I'll be calculating your first quarter grade based on what I receive from you on or before Friday, November 13th at 2 o'clock. So I'm giving you a week's notice if you still owe things. What are we doing in class today? There's only one thing we're doing in class today. We're looking at School Tool. We're looking for errors and if you owe things. Now, do not send me a message asking what you owe. You have access to this information either through School Tool or Schoology. If it's blank, that means I don't have it. If you're unsure on a particular assignment, you can ask me and I can check on that particular assignment. But I will not be putting together lists of owed assignments. I don't have time for that, and you already have that information available to you. What I will do is address any discrepancies, answer any questions, make sure you can access the videos and the assignments. But again, I will not be putting together lists of what you owe. You have access to that information already. I also want you to know that there is some, I guess we'll call it lag time between Schoology and School Tool. I can transfer the grades from Schoology to School Tool, which is what I do, but sometimes there's some lag time, and there's been a couple occasions where some numbers haven't transferred over. And that's one of the main purposes of today, to have you take a look at School Tool, and if you think something is off, you look into it. And if you need me to fix something, you need to let me know. Now, if you're looking at School Tool and you're like, wow, I got everything in, I bet you also probably noticed your grade is pretty darn good. I want you to know that I am legitimately proud of you for keeping up and getting all that stuff in. And I'm also appreciative. I put a lot of thought and work into these videos and the design of the assignments, and I've learned a lot in terms of how to make things flow even better for us, because I get that this is a weird situation, but I'm really glad you've been giving me that half an hour a day. That's really all I'm asking. Now, there's some of you where, quite frankly, your grade is in the toilet. If it's really, really bad, my suggestion is to try to minimize the damage. How do you minimize damage? You focus on the assignments that are worth the most, and that would be the paragraphs and the vocab quizzes. I'm not saying if you just do the paragraphs and the vocab quizzes, you'll be good to go. Quite frankly, I don't even know what that would calculate into in terms of grade. Also, don't bother asking me will my grade be if I don't do X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to help you learn less. It's not what I do. But if this week or next you need help finding some of these assignments or finding the videos or what have you, reach out and I'll make sure you have those things available. But there's a couple other things that I'd want to address. I've been told I assign too much work. I disagree with that. Our largest assignment has been a paragraph. Once again, a paragraph. And I've also been told that, well, I assign work almost every day. You're absolutely right. This is school now. I understand school was different before. This is school now. If you give me about a half an hour a day and stick with it, and I don't mean just showing up or logging into a Zoom. And perhaps some of you log into the Zoom and don't do anything. I've had students in the room or in the Zoom call, and I can see when you open the assignments, and some of you just don't. I don't understand that plan. What do you think is going to happen? I've said it before and I'll say it again. The numbers are the numbers. This is a simple transaction. You want credit for this class. I'm more than willing to give you credit for this class. It costs 65 overall average for the year. It's just like going to McDonald's and buying something off the dollar menu and you only have 75 cents. They're not going to give you that double cheeseburger just because, well, he tried, but he only brought 75 cents. That's not going to happen. That's just how this class works too. And I've seen some people get mad at me. Also, something I totally don't understand. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, teaching you 10th grade English. If you're not participating, you're embracing ignorance. I will never understand why people fight so hard against getting smarter. Do you think your life is going to be better if you know less? I'll be the first to admit not everything we use in this class is going to be used in whatever career you go into. I get that. But this class, it's not a job training class. This is a class in communication. Will you be communicating in the future? You will. So if you're doing lousy, get on it. Stop embracing ignorance. So in closing, if you've been keeping up, boy, you're going to have a very easy week because we only have 2 grades coming up next week. We're going to do a vocab assignment and a vocab quiz. It's going to be a short week, and some people are going to have a lot to do if they want to pass this first quarter. If you've been keeping up, you're going to have a pretty easy week. Congrats. You deserve it. If you're going to spend this weekend and this week making up a lot of stuff, great idea. However, make sure you put effort into it. I'm going to be using the exact same rubric as I used on everybody else for your stuff. So if you just slap something together to say you handed it in, you're going to do poorly on it. And the points are the points, man. The numbers are the numbers. I want you all to know I really do want to see all of you succeed, regardless of where you are now in terms of a grade book. If you have work to do, do that work. If you've already done that work, celebrate that you've done that work. And if you need me for any guidance, please reach out. I'll be happy to. All right, bye for now.